Y'all, 50 Cent said, you say you a gangster, but you never pop nothing. Say you a gangster. Boy, you need to stop fronting. Been at this a long time. You need to stop fronting. Damn, homie. In high school, you was the man, homie. The fuck happened to you? Y'all, I don't know why I woke up this spicy. I don't know why. I don't know who this message is for, but it's giving spicy. Like, I don't know who's in your energy, but when I tell you, like, somebody is fronting, who over there, like, you say you a gangster, but you never pop nothing. You say you a gangster, but you ain't. Boy, you need to stop fronting. Been at this shit a long time. You need to stop fronting. No, because damn, homie. In high school, you was the man, homie. The fuck happened to you? Listen to me. The people in your energy are starting to see you have some form of success, and it's putting them in this energy. For some of you guys, these are obviously some people you went to high school with. No, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. It's not funny. It's just, look at this card. Do you see this person on the horse and the people in the background? Oh, like, they got, look at her. Trying to look past you. This one is acting like they don't see you. This one is not, can't even look you in the eyes. This person is just jaded and doesn't know what's going on. It's like, this success that you are having is moving you past the people in your past. And it's funny too, because you ain't even in your final form yet. Like, you give it up. It's me. I win and you lose. No, we gotta stop. Look, let me calm down just a little bit, because you gotta understand, man, like, the victory that you're starting to have, it's a personal success that's starting to reflect externally, which is something that we've been talking about throughout all of our messages leading up to this, right? The external is just a reflection of what you've been doing internally. So you've done a lot of this work. For a lot of you, this has to do with your self-perception, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about money. You went within and deemed yourself as worthy, as successful before any money came in, before any status came in. And now it's starting to reflect outwards. And for some of you guys, if this hasn't hit yet, people already view you as successful. Because what you deem is like, oh, this isn't much, or oh, I'm not even doing anything just yet. I haven't even popped off just yet. And it's because for some of you, you have like plans in mind for where you expect this to go, right? But what you don't understand is people are watching you do that. You even getting to the mentality of believing in better is a success. Because some people, they don't even have the capacity to think like that. Some people don't have the capacity to believe in anything better than what they have. So the fact that you do is a step in the right direction. And for some of you guys, like, you don't even have to do nothing else. The fact that you believe in better, the fact that you think better, talk better, feel better is a success to these people. And it's funny, right? It was funny back then when these same people, when you were on this level as well, doing a lot of the same things. And they were looking at you like, oh, well, for some of you, these people threw things in your face. These people, like, these are the same people that threw their money in your face, threw their status, threw their relationship in your face. Like, oh yeah, like, I finally got somebody and you don't. Like, for some of these people, like, look at their branches, like, they experience some form of win in their own lane. Their version of a win they experienced. So for some of them, their version of a win is finally having a man in a season where you don't have one, or having a woman in a season where you don't have one. And they threw that in your face. For some of you, this is having a job or a source of income in a season where you didn't have that. You were in a financial transition where you were trying to figure it out. And the funny thing about that is, like, There is a difference between going through hardship and giving yourself a season of rest so you can figure it out, right? Because one of those is an indicator that you may possibly stay there, you don't know how to get out, and that may have been the case. But I feel like at a particular point in your life, you chose to sit down. You chose to be out of the dating scene. You chose to be single. You chose the setback because you knew that if you sat down long enough in this season, when you finally get back up, it's going to make the difference between leaving and having to come back versus leaving and staying gone. I don't give a fuck how slow this horse moves, bro. This horse is sturdy and it's stable, and it's actually going to take you away and put you in a position where you don't have to go back. Versus where some of these people are, they may have succeeded, but they're in the same fucking place. Meaning they may have a relationship, but they still think terribly. They didn't prepare their mind or their heart enough to be able to sustain what it is that they got. And look, this isn't a bashing moment. This isn't a moment where it's like, haha, look at me now. Look at you. Look at where you are. No, this isn't that, bro. This is a teachable moment. It's both a teachable moment for you and for them, because when it comes to you, you have to understand, like, you may have been in a season where, yes, you had to look at other people succeed, and this may have hurt you and wounded you. But it taught you that, like, no matter what you see, no matter what other people have, don't ever stay in a position of envy for too long, because you don't know what that came with. You don't know what that comes with. You don't know what that's leading to. And see, it's also a teachable moment for you, because what it taught you is how to transmute envy into inspiration. And not everybody can do that. See, it's one thing to be envious. You're human, okay? Everybody has a little bit of a hater in them, okay? And if you are sitting here listening to this message saying, oh, I'm not a hater, I can, you're lying, bro. You're lying. Everybody at some point has looked at someone or something that you've wanted and in a season where you didn't have it, and it made you a bit envious. And it's okay, right? Because when you go through those moments of looking at somebody else have what you want to have, and you mourn and you grieve over that, you learn how to transmute that envy into inspiration. So you can now, and that's a teachable moment, because that's what you have to take with you. That's what you're going to now take with you into bigger rooms, which is something that you're going to have, because for a lot of you that are drawn to my voice, you're drawn to bigger things. You're going to be in bigger rooms with people that may know more than you, that will know more than you, that will have more than you, that have been in this position for longer than you have. And if you look at someone and stay in a position of envy, you'll make decisions from an envious place. You'll be in a state of competition where in reality, you're meant to learn. You're meant to discern, sit back and observe. And what you learned in this particular season, when you watched other people go off and experience the same success that you wanted to have, it taught you how to, like, sit in that for a moment and then be inspired. Because for a lot of you guys, let's say, for example, this is a relationship. You watched a lot of the people in front of you have successful relationships, right? And for a moment, you may have sat in that envy, but you learned how to transmute that by using that as data, as information. Like, wow, okay, so I'm envious of this because this is what I want. I'm envious of that because there's a part of that makes me feel like triggered. It makes me feel like I don't know if I'm worthy of it. So this is what I need to work on. You took that envy and turned it into inspiration. But what it also did was show the true character of the person that had it. How you behave when you receive something says everything about you. So it showed you and revealed the true colors of the people around you. But the funny thing about that is that just as God can give it, he can take it away as well.